2023 was an absolutely insane year for me, so I wanted to make a video kind of looking back at some of the highlights and also looking forward at some of the things I'm really excited about for 2024. Now, we all know that 2023 was a crazy year for tabletop role-playing games, but because of you, my wonderful YouTube viewers, because of my amazing patrons, and my peers that are just making tons of awesome stuff for tabletop role-playing games, I just know that this hobby, this community is stronger than ever. And I really wanted to start this video by saying that even though there's a lot of doom and gloom out there, especially on YouTube, I'm just so grateful and thankful for tabletop role-playing games. It's been an amazing way for me to connect with friends. It's been the most amazing creative outlet I've ever had. And now, thanks to you all in 2023, it became my full-time job. And I really can't express how amazing it is to have so many people that are interested in the weird and crazy things that I make every month. Because of people supporting this channel and supporting me on Patreon and buying stuff from my online shop, I'm able to make this my career. I have this little studio here where I get to make videos every week, and every month I get to make a new zine about whatever I think is creatively interesting, and there's people there to support it, and I'm just so grateful. So this past year, I made 12 new tabletop role-playing game zines. I made some drawing guides about drawing dungeons and cities and monsters. I made a couple of one-shot adventures that I'm really proud of. I made a whole new campaign setting, 3-zine campaign setting called Asterlin Odyssey that is inspired by my love of the old original NES Dragon Quest games. This one was really fun because I broke away from my typical way of illustrating stuff and typical layout and did everything in pixel art like you would see in a Nintendo game. I also made my second game, Teenage Mutant Tunnel Goons. It's a hack of Tunnel Goons inspired by the Ninja Turtles. This was another super fun project because I drew everything by hand and then colored it all on the computer. I guess these were my first real set of full color zines that I put out. Looking at everything laid out on the table here, and I'm just really proud of the output I had in 2023, and it's getting me excited about all of the fun ideas I have for 2024 for my monthly Patreon releases. I've got some more drawing guides planned. You'll hear more about those in future videos for sure. I've also started working on a new ongoing campaign. I mentioned it briefly in this video that's popping up. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to start up, but I'm really excited to get it going. And I imagine I will probably put out another game, maybe two. I actually have ideas floating around in my brain meats for 5 different games. So I'm feeling very inspired, very ready to create for 2024. Okay, I'm going to show you something. It might not look very flashy, but it's a really big deal to me. I've been working on it for a long time. I'm getting close, and there's still a lot more work to do. So what I'm holding here is a mock-up of my very first hardcover tabletop role-playing game book. It is an adventure setting. Obviously, there's no artwork or anything, so actually I have one more piece of very important artwork to finish, and then the floodgates are going to open, and I'm going to be talking about this book a lot because I've been working really hard on it. If you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you might have an idea of what it is, but I'm so excited about this book, and I just recently got this mock-up, and the whole thing's starting to feel real, and I'm looking forward to sharing more info and not being so mysterious very, very soon. I also played a ton of awesome games last year, really wonderful Monster of the Week one-shot and a Numenera one-shot, and I finished up playing in a 1.5-year long campaign of Shadow of the Demon Lord. My character Ordrum and his friends were able to break free of this magical shackle, and they went on to battle this dryad lich that was trying to resurrect this old blood god and save the land. Super amazing campaign. It blows my mind that I'm able to play with my friends every other week for a 1.5 years. In a couple weeks, we're going to start up a new campaign, so I'll be telling you all about that too. And really, I'm so stoked on all of the games that I'm going to be playing in and running in 2024. The Shadow Dark book just showed up, and I think I'm going to be using Shadow Dark to play test my next campaign that I mentioned. Brindlewood Bay also just came in the mail, and my wife JC is actually really excited to play this one, so I can't wait to play a game with her. I mentioned Perils and Princesses on the channel before, and this one I'm excited to play with some friends in person. Eat the Reich is another one coming out soon that I really want to run a one-shot of that. I just got the Land of Eam PDFs, and that game looks so amazing, so right up my alley. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to play or run that game. The Knave PDF just showed up in my inbox. I'm really excited about the Dolmenwood setting and another game called Slug Blaster. I'm going to be playing in a Cairn game next week. I'll share more details when I have them on social media and stuff. There's all these solo games I've kind of been sleeping on, so maybe I'll get into solo games and start making some videos about my new love for solo games. I just feel really motivated to play and run more games this year. Right now, JC and I are sort of redoing our dining room game room, so I'll probably make a video about that too, and that's got me excited to run a few more games in person. Anyway, because this is now my full-time gig, I'm going to be playing a lot more games. I'm going to be making a lot more fun stuff, and that means more ideas for videos. So right now I'm still sticking to one video a week, but I got lots of really fun stuff planned for the YouTube channel. Big, long list of ideas. And I just love being here in this studio. You probably don't know, but this studio is at the Revive Skateboards headquarters warehouse. So one of my big freelance clients is Revive Skateboards. I've done a ton of skateboard designs, and I also run a kids t-shirt company called Pancake Attack with the owners Andy and Brian. So in 2024, I'm sure I will be making lots more kid t-shirt designs and more Revive skateboards. We have a skate park here at the warehouse, and my hope is to skate a lot more. I skated a ton in 2023, at least a ton for me, probably more than I have in a very long time. I used to film it more, but I like just keeping it a little more chill. But the Revive guys are working on a new video, and I would love to have a trick or 2 or 3. I also have a list of trick ideas that I'd like to do, so maybe I'll start throwing up some more. Maybe I'll start sharing a few more skateboarding clips. I landed my very first fakie flip just a couple weeks ago. Andy was around and filmed it. Not the cleanest, but a cool new trick. And that's got me excited to skate more. I know that's probably not why you're watching this video, but sometimes it's hard landing new tricks, especially when you're an old guy like me that was never very good at skateboarding to begin with. But having a hobby that gets me away from the drawing table and is still super rewarding and feels really awesome. I'm just motivated to do even more of that next year too. Okay, I feel like I've been going on and on. My original intention was to answer some questions, but I think what I'm gonna do is I got some really great questions that I want to talk about. So I think I'm going to do a whole Q&A live stream, answer some of the questions I've already got, and then hopefully you can join and ask your own questions. I know this was a very self-indulgent video. I really just felt like I needed to reflect a little bit on the last year of work and get excited for what's to come this coming year. Hopefully hearing about all this stuff was inspiring and maybe a little bit motivating. playing. I would love to hear about what you're working on in 2024 down in the comments, what you're excited to be playing. Let me know. I read all the comments. Thank you so much for all of the support. Even if it's just watching a little piece of one video here or there, it means so much to me. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. See ya!